Hello, welcome everybody. We're going to enter in our second week where we'll deal with mostly with portfolio creation and monitoring. But first, we need to finish our um, watch list creation process. And for that, I think it's worthwhile to remember a few things that I have written them down here in the whiteboard, and as a kind of fast track process to create a final watch list. And this fast track has in fact has uh, two main steps. The first one is the selection of the stocks that we want to put into the watch list using our techniques that we developed about the process of idea generation. And we have basically two ways to do it. We have on this fast track process, as I mentioned. So we can go to the study stock picks and go to the manager, and then we pick up the stocks we want from the SADIF stock picks list, and we export them to a watch list. So this is a process. Another alternative process, which we call do it yourself process, you'd go through you click on go on the right corner of the platform, and then follow the instructions until you create your own watch list. My suggestion is, in fact, is that usually we can do both. So you use some of the Sandeep stock picks and you create your own, and then you merge all of them in the same watch list. So this is the first part of a fast track process. Then within that watch list, you can shortlist some of the outliers by looking at industry rating, SMR rating, and price changes. You can look at those into the watch list and eventually drop a few of them if you think that they don't meet your due diligence criteria. I mean, for instance, one important item is to drop those that don't have prices. For instance, it's a very easy one to do. Next, you start the due diligence process in itself. So here we have basically three steps. In the first step, we do a sort of technical analysis where we look at the expected performance of the stocks in the short term, say within 6 months or so, using our new tool called New Alpha, the New Alpha tool that we have. By the way, it's not yet in the platform, but will be during this week, we hope. And we export them the stocks that have a holding or a weight classification, and we exclude those that are rated as sell. That's because they don't have a good prospect in the near future. Then we generate due diligence reports for all of them. And with these due diligence reports, we upload them into ChatGPT, and then we use ChatGPT to rank all the stocks. And the reason why doing this is basically to save time, because it will be, let's say, if you have 20 stocks in your watch list, it would take a lot of time for you to go through all the reports. So basically, we use ChatGPT as a screening device, so that we ask ChatGPT to rank them in descending order, and then we drop those that don't have a rating of at least 4. And then we export them. Once you have done those that were retained, then we export them to our analysis section, and the analysis section is where the human validation is required. This is where your own subjective and your know-how shows up, because you have to go through the various informations you get on the analysis section of the platform, and you have to make up your mind about the ones that you are not happy with. Of course, you can always go back to some of the other steps to check to validate your opinion. But once you have done that, then you consolidate the final, what we call a final watch list. So in fact, you may create a number of intermediary watch lists, but you should end up with a final watch list. That's the one you're going to use to do your investments after a short period of monitoring those watch lists, say a week or 2 weeks of monitoring. But you should avoid dumping immediately into buying the stocks in your short list and wait a little bit until you get more acquainted with the company, know a little bit more about the company, and so on. Okay, so this is what we call a fast track process. It doesn't take long really to create a good watch list. And this is one of the unique advantages of our platform, is that you can, in a couple of hours or even less, once you are very well trained in using the platform, create a good watch list to start investing in your portfolio.